You smell what The Rock is cooking.
Acknowledge me.
You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.
We are bad to the bone. Get it? Bad to the bone.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I'll fight anybody. Who do you want? Just let me fight him.
Let me tell you something, Jim Ross.
Mega power, yeah. We got it for you.
We are the best of the best.
Woo! Wheeling dealing. Smart marks.
And that's the bottom line, cause Stone Cold said so.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Talk 'em in the Building, a pro wrestling podcast where we focus on the promo. We talk about the talkers, we hype the hype man, and of course we have to pontificate upon the promo. I'm Adrian. You already know what time it is. I'm joined by my bros out on the West Coast. We got Out of Lead, and here in Atlanta, we got Greg, man. What's going on, fellas?
Living, man, enjoying it, enjoying all the wrestling that is humanly possible right now.
Yes. All right, gentlemen, this weekend, this upcoming weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we have Summerslam. This is the first 2-day Summerslam of WWE's long storied history of that pay-per-view. And I'm going to be honest, fellas, like leading into this pay-per-view in particular, I wasn't that excited. But past couple weeks did kind of hype me up. Kind of got the juices flowing and all that good stuff. But before we jump into our Dusty review for today, this is a short episode where just so I can quickly explain the Dusty reviews concept, we're all promo guys, we're all promo marks, and I think all three of us can say one of the best promos in professional wrestling was the late, great Dusty Rhodes. So we wanted to say, hey, we're going to make a couple episodes where we break down the promo, but we also review it. And instead of a Meltzer 5 stars, we're going to, if it's an all-star event, we're going to give it 5 Dusties. So on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being not so good and 5 being absolutely on fire, we rate the promo at the end of the conversation. So once again, if this is your first time checking us out at Talk'em Pod, we really do appreciate you checking us out. Go to intothebuilding.com. That will bring you to our previous episodes. We've got plenty of them at this point, and it's some great, honest discussions on this sport that all of us love, professional wrestling. So, gentlemen, I want to know, before we jump into this one, what match are you most looking forward to in SummerSlam? And Ali, let's go to you first.
I'm going to throw a curveball at you just because it's not, I don't think it's a main event necessarily right now, but it's just one that I'm curious where they pay off and where they go to, and that's Lyra and Becky. Complete curiosity because I've been a critic of the feud, I've been a critic of the build and everything, and I don't know where this is building. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, to me, if Lyra isn't a winner, I'm not sure where this goes. I'm not sure what the point of this is really. Mm-hmm. But that's purely from kind of a long-term view. That would be my pick for this, out of curiosity more than anything. But to your end, I don't feel that hype for a SummerSlam like I usually feel.
I think it's kind of weird because of the spacing in between these big events and their pay-per-views. Mm-hmm. And I'll give them credit. The past 2 weeks of, Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, they've provided us enough hooks where it's like, yo, if you're not excited, I guess SummerSlam's not for you. But they've given us enough hooks at this point. But to go back to Lyra Becky, we've talked about this feud in particular in past episodes. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, guys, and go check that out too. But I agree with you, man. I want Lyra to win. I want something to happen to the point where this is moving forward, because I've said it before. I love Lyra. I'm a huge fan of her. She is upper echelon when it comes to in-ring wrestling. It's just the personality is lacking. It's the promo is lacking some confidence. And you would think going back and forth with a vet like Becky that something would be pulled out at this point, but it's kind of lacking. But it's still potential with that match. It's so much that they can actually do with Becky's character to uplift Lyra at this point, you know? Yeah. But
agree.
Greg, what match are you most looking forward to?
So, I'm a fan of Cody. I'm a huge fan of Cody. But I'm actually looking forward to Drew, Logan, Jelly Roll, and Orton.
I like it.
That's the one I'm the most looking forward to. I am honestly, I told you guys off camera, I've become a huge Jelly Roll fan just by listening to his story, by listening to him talk in general, his whole, just everything about him. Started listening to his music. I'm like, dang, this dude just spitting truth, right? There's just so many things he says. But then listening to him and how huge of a wrestling fan he is. Like, I've heard him talk about it on multiple podcasts, and you can see it in his promos. You can see the passion. You can see it when he chokeslammed Austin Theory last year. You can see it in his face. Like, he was just
He's into
excited,
it, man.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this dude has worked his butt off. You think about last year compared to this year, it doesn't even look like the same person. He's lost the whole person.
He has.
That's how much weight he's lost.
Yeah.
And I told you guys recently I listened to him on the Stephanie McMahon podcast, and it's fascinating. And I've just gotten so much respect for him because he's one of us.
Yep.
And I think that comes through. I mean, sometimes these celebrities come in and you're kind of like, let's see. And I said it before, like, you could see Bad Bunny was a fan. You could see that Stephen Amell a few years back, a huge fan. And you can just, it comes through with Jelly Roll. Like, he gets up there and you could tell people were skeptical, like, what?
For sure.
But then it kind of starts to come through like he is one of us.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking forward to that. I like how they've kind of teased some of the physicality, shown a little bit about what he can do. I like that as opposed to just saving it all for SummerSlam. And you cannot take away how good Logan is.
That's it.
And Adrian, off camera, you said they put those two non-wrestlers in the ring and let them carry a segment by themselves.
It's crazy, man.
That's wild. That is wild. And no actual direction from a Drew. No Randy went out there, or back in the day, you always had Miz with those celebrities kind of helping direct traffic. You didn't have anybody. Like, here you go. And I was like, dude, them back and forth was awesome.
So much trust, man.
Is that match even happening? Wasn't Drew like stuck or something?
They'll make something happen.
It's crazy. I hope that doesn't.
I saw he was supposed to be stuck, and I also saw Miz come out and say he'll take his spot. I saw him put his name out there on social media.
That makes sense.
That he'd be happy to jump in there. But I don't know. But they're not gonna let that one go.
Right.
They're gonna find a way.
They're gonna send a private jet and figure it out, man. They're gonna figure it out. But both are great choices, by the way, gentlemen. I'm intrigued by both of them. But the promo that I brought is for the match that I'm looking forward to, because these are two guys that I've championed for years as a pro wrestling fan. One I just finished saying is the MVP of pro wrestling because he carried Goldberg 14 minutes. 14 minutes. He carried Goldberg to a decent, intriguing match. Whether you like it or not, these are facts. The champ Gunther is being challenged by one of my favorite wrestlers, CM Punk. And this match in particular, it wasn't given much time because it's such weird circumstances that brought these two guys together.
Okay, everybody calm down, because last week was a clean victory for me. because I went toe-to-toe on the microphone with the supposedly best talker in the business, supposedly best in the world. Yes, you figured it out, against CM Punk. And what I did was, I walked down an aisle, stood in front of him, looked him straight into the eye, and told him what's going to happen at SummerSlam. And I left the voice of the voiceless speechless.
They'll never let that go. They'll never let that go.
I might have, but at least I'm not running out of things to say about CM Punk. Don't you worry. Last week, I made CM Punk understand that he doesn't deserve to call himself the best in the world. I made CM Punk understand that he will never be the World Heavyweight Champion. And most importantly, I made CM Punk shut the hell up.
Speechless? No. No. More dumbfounded, but not because of anything you did or said, because of the moment and the gravity of this situation. It dawned on me, standing across the ring from somebody such as great as you, belt around your waist, it dawned on me that I don't want to be World Heavyweight Champion. I need to be World Heavyweight Champion. I need to be World Heavyweight Champion like I need air in my lungs. I need to be World Heavyweight Champion like I need my heart to pump blood through my veins. I need to be World Heavyweight Champion like the Detroit Red Wings need a 12th Stanley Cup. I need to be World Heavyweight Champion like a Midwest dad needs a cold, frosty old style on a hot summer day while he's mowing the lawn. And no, I don't drink, and I don't smoke, and I don't do drugs, but I understand addiction because this place, wrestling is my addiction. I need to be World Heavyweight Champion so I can raise that strap above my head as a thank you to the millions of people who have chanted my name for over 10 years. And you might think that's some sort of a constellation prize. It might not mean anything to you, but it means the world to me, and it means something to them. I need to be World Heavyweight Champion, and you, for as great as you are, for all the great things you've accomplished, you dare come out here and say that I don't deserve to call myself the best in the world? I'll give it to you. You are correct. I don't deserve to call myself the best in the world. I earned the right to call myself the best in the world. And I've earned the right to call myself the best in the world and be arrogant about it. But you are out here as world heavyweight champion, being as arrogant as me, but you can't back it up. I have left a trail of bodies, a hall of famers, legends, and superstars that you've only dreamed to be in the ring with. And when you compare your career, as great as it's been so far, with my career, this isn't apples to apples.
You know what, Punk? I have enough of that. Shut the...
I wasn't finished.
Of course he wasn't.
There's levels to this, kid. And you're going to find out a hard lesson at the SummerSlam on Saturday. You are not on my level. For as great as you are, Saturday night, I'm leaving World Heavyweight Champion. But hey, at least you'll be able to share a ring and finally feel what it's like to be in the ring with the one, the only, best in the world, CM.
And then he almost eats it at the end.
Yes. Okay, so all right, so we're back, gentlemen. Yeah, Punk, don't leave the ring like that going into SummerSlam, brother. You're not that young anymore, brother. Like you could tell he was juiced. That's probably what motivated him to do something silly like that. But out of lead, I'm gonna come to you first, man. I think Gunther's on a generational run. He's made a lot of fans love Jey Uso through that feud, whether they know it or not. Maybe a couple of years from now, people are going to realize the vital role Gunther had in making Jey Uso what he is, essentially. And now he has an opportunity to have a classic match with arguably one of the guys that's currently viewed as one of the best in the world, CM Punk. What are your thoughts on Gunther going into this match?
I think what you said, to borrow an MJF term, a generational talent, right? We talk about the it factor. We talk about, this idea of someone who just has that presence, that look, that if a random person's walking by your TV screen, you're going to stop and look. That's Gunther, right? He's owned, he's evolved to that, from ring camp to the presentation NXT to now. I'm simply in a suit. I'm almost looking like an NWA champion, really, in a modern sense. And I'm here to be taken seriously. And for me, that's just so cool because at this point, to me, it doesn't even matter who's across the ring from him. He's going to elevate that feud to his standards,
100%,
right?
100%.
And that's thrilling. That's so cool to see in this era where we're trying to find feuds, we're trying to make things happen, and he's your big bad for the next 10 years, as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely,
he's your final boss.
As long as he wants to be.
As long as he wants to be there, and as long as the wheels are kicking there or turning. In regards to this feud, I'm looking forward to the match. Yes. I sure am, for sure. I think it's Punk has demonstrated time and time again that he is more than capable of elevating his partner. I think this is a Punk with a lot less ego this go around in WWE. I mean, obviously everyone's ego driven, but I think with a sense of I'm here to just elevate in a truest sense. Especially
he's playing ball. He's being a better teammate.
Ball. He's towing the company line in a lot of ways, right? Yeah. However, this promo, it was what it was. It felt disingenuous. This idea of Punk playing into the crowd, this is not the Punk that any of us, at least for me, this just feels disingenuous. It doesn't feel like this is Punk in his true. I'm looking for some kind of turn immediately because this glad handing, I'm doing it for the fans and I want the championship for the fans. Come on, dude. Like, let's leave all the past in the behind. in this truest sense, Punk has always been for Punk,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
this idea of the I am, the voice of the voiceless. They're all means to an end, right? They're all means to elevate yourself. And as soon as things, and this is purely in character, and as soon as things don't go my way, I'm gonna bounce, right? I'm gonna leave, and I'll come back because you guys don't respect me. So the promo felt a little by the numbers, and I've heard him say this. We've heard him say this version of "I need it. It's my blood. It's my bloodline. This addiction," and I don't know. It felt almost to me. It felt almost cartoonish in a contrast to a Gunther, who is standing there looking like $1,000,000, looking like he means business, and here comes Punk to give his, in this truest sense to me, a very tired promo, if anything, right?
And
But
I feel that.
that's my
No, that's legit. That's the reason why I brought this promo. Like it when we bring these to the reviews, it's not going to be banger after banger after banger. Like we should be at this point tearing these things down. And I absolutely agree with you. It's almost like an exaggeration of what we know to be CM Punk, of these motivations. But speaking of CM Punk, Greg, I want to serve this up to you. CM Punk's doing it for the people in the crowd. He's doing it for Detroit. And he's pandering to the Detroit Red Wings fans. Hell, he's pandering to the Midwest dad who wants a good old beer while he's cutting the grass. What is the CM Punk that we're experiencing right now, Greg?
I'm not sure.
Mm.
And I wonder if it's setting up a heel turn, but do we need it? I don't. My first thought when I saw this match was, Punk loses, what do you do?
Mm.
He just lost to Cena. So I didn't get that one. No, I don't get this one. Now what?
Mm.
The only thing is, he freaks out, costs Cody his shot, and him and Cody go off and have an unbelievable feud. I mean, because I'm trying to figure out, what do you do? If Gunther loses it, what do you do? I don't know where we're at. Like, I don't know what we do. So now there's a good part to that, because I don't know. Right?
Yeah.
That's what I was
And I
going to
love
say.
that
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
If it was Gunther would have this title for the next 3 years. I would just let him just mow through people, and whether it's Obi, or whether it's Moose coming over, whether it's Breaker, whoever, somebody takes it from him that's a new WWE star. The reason I say Moose, because I can see Moose carrying that, but I can see him getting over with the WWE audience. But it's like somebody who's new to this audience, right?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Because it is, let's call it is a secondary title. It is what it is. It's not the one they're putting on Game Day. It's not the one that's going on Fallon. It's not the one going on other places, right? So you can do that. I mean, it could be if he turns and you have a Logan Paul. I don't know, but I would keep it on him for a long time. But I don't know what you do with Punk unless you turn him. But here's a question. I know we're supposed to talk about the promo, but is it too late to turn him? I don't know. Has he hit? Because you cross the threshold somewhere with some of these guys, right? Let's say you turn Randy. I don't know that you can. It's kind of like turning Flair at some point. People just want Flair to be Flair, right?
Yeah.
Even though he's sucked as a babyface his entire career, at some point they're going to cheer him.
Right.
You're dealing with it with Cena. I think it was too late to turn Cena. He hasn't done a good job, and I think a few years ago it is much better. Are we at a point because Punk is so beloved? I don't know. If he turns on the right person at the right time, maybe. I don't know if it's Cody. I don't know if it's Jay. I think it'd be better for Jay, to be honest. If Jay gets a rematch and he comes back in and just blasts them, I don't know. But the promo is just paint by numbers.
It's paint by numbers, right?
Yeah.
It was just, and it was for both of them. I'm not gonna lie, it's both of them. It's I know what you guys are saying about him Gunther being a generational talent, and he is, but I feel like that's the same crap we keep hearing. It's the same thing you said about Goldberg. It's the same thing you said about Jay. It's da, 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 da. Give me something new. And then here comes Punk, paint by numbers. Come to SummerSlam. Come see me. I need this title. What am I going to do if I don't get this title? For all you guys who've been cheering for me for 10 years. And all of the da da da. And it's just like, are we just in purgatory for a little while? I don't know.
I will cut them. I will offer grace to them creatively because, I mean, knock on wood, hopefully Seth is not injured. Like, it's one of those things where that Seth injury at Saturday night's main event threw a lot of things out of place, a lot of things out of whack.
Apparently, a whole lot of things.
A whole lot of things, exactly. Again, that CM Punk Gunther thing, that just happened 2 weeks ago. Like damn near 2 weeks ago, realistically. So it's a situation where it's like both of these guys are kind of getting thrown out there like, hey, make it happen. And I'm offering them grace on that. And I absolutely agree with y'all when you're saying it's paint by numbers. Punk is going into his bag, bringing up ROH promos. Like, this is my addiction. Like, this is his bag. And Gunther, like you just finished pointing out, Gunther's going into his bag of doing the same old. It's because they didn't get any time to actually simmer. Like, this should be one of those. This should be a slow cooked meal.
Yes,
but it's not. It's thrown in a microwave. And it's so many different variables. That Seth injury, in my opinion, definitely forced this to happen. Like, I honestly think Seth would have cashed in on Gunther or Goldberg that Saturday night, honestly, and been the champion. And we get a CM Punk Seth potentially at SummerSlam, which makes a lot more sense versus this match currently,
So, question for you. Let's say they didn't put the world title on the line at all at SummerSlam. Do people freak out? And what's your thoughts if they did not do it?
Well, if it was from the jump where it's announced that this is a non-title match, I don't think people would have freaked out.
Not even a match.
You mean like as of? Oh,
so instead of rushing this match, you just don't have a match.
I think for the sake of we as fans, we've gotten to this point where we complain about everything, and it's not we don't win. Like, they can't win, we don't win. Like, it's super weird. It's strange behavior, at least in my opinion. And it would have made sense for this match not to happen. But this year in particular, it's 2 nights of SummerSlam. So it's super crazy if you don't have one of the champs defending his belt.
And that's what I sit back and think about, right? It's like it was rushed for multiple reasons.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I think we hit a purgatory area. This kind of, you booked yourself into a corner. Same thing happened last year with Cody. Cody's run, you never thought he was threatened at all until he faced John Cena. You never thought he may lose. Maybe against Owens that last time, but beyond that, there was never any doubt. We all knew. And it's kind of how Gunther is right now. I just don't feel like, okay, you haven't given me enough time to really invest. And their promo didn't help talk me into the building. We just talked about what are we looking forward to this weekend, and none of us talked about this match.
That's facts.
Yeah, none of us.
Like, the only reason why I'm excited about the match is because those are 2 of my favorite wrestlers, and
it should be good.
I can say that. I can say, yeah, I'm not intrigued with the story, and this is yet another reason why when we look at today's pro wrestling, the importance of storytelling, like building
For sure.
toward
Yeah.
something. Like this is AEW fans, we do critique WWE for the same things that we call AEW out. It's like, yes, you can pick wrestler A and B, and they're both awesome, and they're both generational, and we love them, and we want to see them wrestle. But if there's not a reason why, a true conflict, some foundation of conflict, it's kind of like, and it's not gonna get to that. It's not gonna get to that level where it deserves. It truly deserves. Like SummerSlam is SummerSlam is the second most popular WWE pay per view. It's technically like right behind WrestleMania. So when you have someone who's a world champion on this high level pay per view, you kind of expect some kind of feud, some kind of storyline, something, some kind of build, something, some vehicle to really guide us through it. Like you can't even really, WWE is going to be able to because they pay out the wazoo. They'll be able to build up some kind of promo package that'll make it look like these two guys have had issues
A
for
blood
years.
feud or something.
Right. They're going to be able to squeeze whatever out of those 2 weeks and make it seem like it. But we all know that because we're living and watching it. We're like, these two guys never really bothered with each other for, all this time.
Yeah.
Like, it's no real conflict. So, let's go ahead and get into it, man. I want to know, out of lead, I'm going to go for you from a scale of 1 to 5 Dusties. How many Dusties are you giving this promo from Monday night?
Solely because it felt so by the number, so tried and true. I'm gonna get a 2 out of 5 Dusties because this did not talk me into the building. I am not watching SummerSlam for this match. I'm sorry, I just not.
Greg, how many Dusties?
I had 1.5, and it's the same
1.5.
basic thing. It was just totally flat to me. And Gunther's promos the last few times have been flat to me. So it's the same cadence, it's the same everything. He says the same thing to the audience. Now here comes. It's the whole thing was just paint by freaking numbers. Why are you surprised this music turned on? Oh my god, dude, you knew it. I'd rather you stand up because Gunther's so straightforward. I'm sure his music's gonna come on at some point, and I'm sure he's gonna. I mean, I would love for him to say something like that. I know when I'm talking, he's going to interrupt, and these spotlights are going to come on, and you guys are going to go crazy because to me, that's a Gunther promo to say something like that, to kind of head that type of thing off. And he's just like, oh my gosh, like, oh, come on, man. Everybody in the arena knew it was coming. Like,
speaking of the arena, the crowd was hot.
Like
we say all this, we critique it and we tear it down, but the crowd was hot. Detroit was hot that entire show, but they were definitely hot for that segment. So credit to them for that. Man, I hear both of y'all, and I don't know. I'm still giving it grace. Maybe it's because I love CM Punk. Maybe it's because I already said Gunther's the MVP of pro wrestling. I'm giving it 3 Dusties. And I damn near want to give it 3 Seth Rollins knees because this is
don't do that.
He brought
needs
us
all the knees he can
right.
You
Agreed.
can't take
some
any
spares
promo.
around.
Golly, but yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing these two in the ring, but the story hasn't really gotten us there, and it's for good reason. It's just been 2 weeks. You can't book a big time feud in 2 weeks. Like that doesn't work, and that's not going to ever work. So hopefully, I don't know, hopefully again, like I've knocked on wood before, hopefully Seth is not injured, which I think he is, but hopefully he's not. Hopefully he cashes in or something crazy to boost this matchup to where it needs to be. But
now, I do feel like the match will hold up.
oh, absolutely.
It's
The in
kind of
ring is
like,
going to be fun. It's going to be a fun match.
I think the match will be good.
Yeah.
I have total confidence in that, but I'm not talked into the building at all.
Absolutely fair. 100%. All right, folks. But once again, this is our Dusty review where we break down. Sometimes we tear down, like today. Sorry, CM Punk. I can't defend you for too much for that one. Sometimes we give high praise. Sometimes we're honest about these conversations, about these promos, because we're promo marks, and that's what it is. Once again, we're Talk 'em in the Building, a pro wrestling podcast that focuses solely on the promo. We talk about the talkers, we hype the hype man, and of course, we pontificate upon the promo. I'm Adrian. That's Out of Lead. That's Greg. And we'll see you next week. IntoTheBuilding.com. Check us out. And y'all enjoy 2 nights of SummerSlam. Hopefully, we get some good action out there. And Seth, I hope if you are injured, I hope a speedy recovery for you, because nobody should go through those kind of crazy knee injuries.
Seriously.
And you've done it multiple times. So hopefully, I'm pulling for Seth, even though I think he's the worst part of his current stable. And they're kind of cooking without him right now. So, all right, y'all. We'll see you next week. Peace.